Hello everybody, Killer Winston here, and today I will be doing What If My Hero Academia Was a Game, Part 4. So, in the last part, Deku and Bakugo just was reunited and grouped up together, with Deku also having to meet Tsubasa and Speedy. Now, continuing the story, for the next few days, Deku, Bakugo, Tsubasa, and Speedy would have been grinding up levels, with Deku being level 28, Bakugo being 25. As for Speedy and Tsubasa, they would have been both at level 21. And if you're wondering why Deku only leveled up once, it's because the higher your level is, the more XP you will need to level up one level, or just to the next level. 2 being that Deku is giving the XP to Bakugo, Speedy, and Tsubasa so that they can basically catch up to him, as it would have been exactly 3 weeks after the announcement, there being a update notice, it appearing in everyone's messages, there being a video and also a text, or just the text version of the update notice. Deku, without looking at the text, he would have played the video. It basically being a man in a suit just like last time announcing that there is a new update. Him saying, "Greetings, my lovely players. Today, as all of you should know, is the update date, and the update has officially gone live. The update being that 2 new areas has been added to this game. One being a new town, the other being the boss raid event area. And yes, you heard me right. There would be a boss raid. Or is it raid boss? Who cares? If you want more information about the boss, then you'll need to go to the event area and check the boss's info there. Oh, and for those who think that they can skip this raid boss, well, good luck. Because for those who didn't participate in this raid boss, after the event leaves, you, along with your consciousness and data, would be erased from this server. So please, go play the event, as the update video would have ended. With Deku, after watching the video, he would have started to read the text. Bakugo asking, "Hey Deku, yeah, Kachan, what is it? What does the text say?" Uh, just read it. No, reading is for nerds like you. I don't read. So just give me the basic idea. Uh, okay. Basically, there is a new town added to the game, and some new items, along with the boss raid. The boss raid is going to be here for 2 weeks. As for the boss, it's hard. And what does hard mean, Deku? It means that they're going to be higher level than us. Wait, they? Yeah, it looks like the boss has some minions. Are there any rewards? That it is not said in the update notices. But if we got to the boss raid event area, then I think there should be a list of rewards there. Bakugo saying, "Well, let's go then." Uh, Where are we heading again? Asked Tsubasa, who was eating. Bakugo would have answered, We are going to the boss raid area. But remember, we are not there to fight the boss. We are just there to look at his rewards. Or is it she? Whatever. Speedy saying, Then I'm coming too. Suit yourself. Tsubasa saying, Wait, if you're going, then I'm going too. As all four of them would have arrived at the boss raid area. How? Well, they used a teleport crystal, which was given to every single player so that they can just teleport to the boss raid area. And for those who are wondering, teleport slash fast travel is in this game. But to use teleportation or fast travel, you would need to buy an item from the shop which was in the second town. And for those who are asking, yes, Deku, Bakugo, Tsubasa, and Speedy all have that item. Now, whenever they arrived at the area, both Deku and Bakugo would have went up to a NPC and looked at the rewards for clearing the raid. As for Speedy and Tsubasa, they are just wandering around and looking at the area. Bakugo, still too lazy to read the entire paragraph of text, he would have just asked Deku to again give him the basic idea. Deku saying, Well, if we are the first one to clear this boss raid, then we will each receive one set of the limited edition armor, and also the limited edition weapon that corresponds with our class. Along with those rewards are some gold that we can sell for money, 10 full heal potions, 30 quirk enhancing potions, and 1 skill selector. Bakugo asking, Okay, then what is a quirk enhancing potion and a skill selector? Deku saying, A skill selector basically allows the user to select a skill from his skill tree. It is able to bypass the requirements for that skill and unlock it immediately, allowing the user to use the skill even if they are not able to reach the requirements. As for the quirk enhancing potion, it is just as the name sounds. Using it will enhance the user's quirk, or just what they can do with their quirk, by 50%. Also, this potion effect can be stacked. Bakugo thinking, Oh, really now? So if I stacked 30 of them, then I'll be able to get 1500% more damage, huh? Wait a second. Bakugo saying, Hey, Deku, do you hear that? Hear what? The music in the background. Did it change? Why does it sound so familiar? Yeah, now that you mention it, I think the music changed like a second ago. But this music... Wait, is that boss music? Bakugo saying, Where are those two idiots? Oh, come on, don't tell me they activated the boss. I didn't even get the chance to look at the boss's info. We don't even know what it does. Bakugo saying, It doesn't matter, Deku. We're going right now. If we don't, they are both going to die. Let's go. Kachan, wait. At least let me take a glance. With Deku quickly switching over to the info tab, which is the info for the boss. But just as he did that, Bakugo would have grabbed onto Deku's arm and yanked him away, him yelling, "No, they're not going to last long enough for us to look at the boss's info. Let's go, come on!" "Wait, Kachan, wait!" Bakugo, while looking at the mini-map and messaging both Tsubasa and Speedy, he would have found out where they are and where they went. Him and Deku arriving to find Speedy and Tsubasa both fighting the minions of the boss, while the boss is just, well, charging up an attack. Deku, seeing that, he would have immediately rushed in. With the boss releasing its attack, Deku would have arrived right next to both Tsubasa and Speedy, him taking out his shield and using parry. Deku being able to parry the boss's attack and take no damage. Well, actually, let's say he takes a bit of damage. Deku, after parrying the boss's attack, he would have switched from his shield into his two-handed greatsword, him being able to swing the greatsword around and killing the minions, him asking both Speedy and Tsubasa what they were thinking activating the boss without him and Bakugo being there, and also all of them not being ready. With Speedy, while killing some minions, he would have told Deku that he is sorry for being reckless and accidentally activating the boss. Just then, the boss, who resembles a giant ferocious cat with very, very sharp teeth and swords for a tail. Actually, two tails. It having to jump towards Deku with its claws glowing with a blue light, meaning that the boss is currently using a skill. Deku, seeing that, he would have immediately switched into his shield and tried to parry that attack. But before the boss can basically leap onto Deku, Bakugo would have arrived and thrown an explosion into the boss's face. However, that explosion did not stop the boss, meaning that Bakugo just got hit by the boss's skill, him being confused, thinking that was just a normal attack. Deku saying, "Kachan, are you okay?" "Damn it, didn't I interrupt its attack? Why did it have no effect?" "Well, maybe because that's a skill, and you can't interrupt a skill unless it is charging, starting, or ending." "Wait, that was a skill?" As that was when the boss would have turned around and using its two tails, it would have smashed them straight towards Deku and Tsubasa and Speedy. Deku, knowing that Tsubasa is in the way and cannot dodge out of the way in time, he would have ran in and yelled, "Watch out!" Deku would have tackled Tsubasa onto the ground, while Speedy is able to dodge out of the way using his speed. Deku, after tackling Tsubasa on the ground, he would have immediately gotten back up and changed into his guns, him running around the boss and firing at it at the same time. Bakugo asking, "Deku, plan, now!" Okay. "Tsubasa, deal with the clones. Speedy, you have a taunt skill, right? Use it, and use your quirk to run around and avoid its attacks. Kachan, you're with me. We're gonna beat the living shit out of this boss." With all of those three saying, "Got it," Tsubasa immediately getting back up, he would have started to hold back and kill every minions he sees. With Speedy switching into his shield and sword, he would have used a skill which would have made the boss focus on him instead of Bakugo and Deku. With the boss attacking Speedy, Speedy would have used his quirk to try and dodge out the way and blocking the attack. While he's taunting the boss, Deku and Bakugo would have went in for the DPS, or well, the damage. Them doing the best they can to kill the boss. However, after, let's say a minute, Speedy would have said, Midoriya, I don't have much quirk stamina left. What do I do? Deku, thinking of an idea, he would have said, Switch, I'll taunt, you attack. Deku, after saying that, he would have switched into his shield and sword, as he would have also used the skill which would have taunted the boss. The boss having to change its focus from Speedy onto Deku, it would have attacked Deku, with Deku utilizing the skills from his shield and also some other skills from other skill trees. He would have dodged some of the attack while blocking some others. As while Deku was doing that, Speedy would have switched from his sword and shield into his staff, him having to use some debuff on the boss, decreasing the boss's defense, resistance, and also reducing his attacks. Speedy, after doing that, he would have started to use some attacking spells, or well, skills. And after another minute, they would have switched back to Speedy being the taunting, or well, the target for the boss, while Deku is attacking the boss. Them having to just repeat this process over and over again. After like 6 minutes, whenever it was time for Deku to taunt, Deku would have, of course, taunted. But this time, instead of just running around and dodging and blocking all of his attacks, Deku would have switched into his spear, him having to attack the boss while still taunting the boss. Why? Well, because the damage they are doing to the boss is not very much, since even though it is after 6 minutes or so, actually more like 8, the boss is still only at half health, actually more than half health. So Deku actually wanted to increase their damage output because they don't want to be here all day. And if you're wondering how Deku is taunting while switching into other weapons, it's because the taunting is like a buff, meaning that after you apply the buff, you can just switch into other weapons while still taunting the enemy. And if you just heard that, sorry for the bird noises in the background. However, while Deku was dealing damage and doing combos on the boss, since he doesn't actually have a heavy damaging skill, that was when the combo meter, yes, there's a combo meter, basically it just counts how many combos you did, and it only counts your combos. It won't give you any buffs. Now, the combo meter would have reached over 300. And if you're wondering how, it's because all 3 of them are doing attacks at the boss at the same time. And even though sometimes the boss interrupts the combo, Deku, since he just switched into his weapons and start attacking as well, their combo meter would have of course increased. As whenever that happened, a red aura would have wrapped around the boss. Deku, Speedy, and Bakugo, recognizing that this is the aura for Rage Mode, they would have been confused since the boss is not at its reds, or just the boss's HP is not below 10%. Deku and Bakugo realizing that if they let the boss go fully into its rage mode, then they will not be able to kill the boss and they will, well, die. Them rushing in and trying to, of course, kill the boss as fast as they can, or just at least interrupt its rage mode. Them, while attacking, would have yelled for Speedy to continue to attack to try and interrupt its rage mode. Speedy still being surprised as to the boss entering into its rage mode without going into below 10% health, he would have, well, froze. And because of that, the boss would have entered into its rage mode. It letting out a giant roar which would have sent everyone flying back, with the boss having to fully complete its rage mode transformation. And whenever it did, the minions that Tsubasa is fighting would have all disappeared, him being confused as he would have turned back to see that the boss in its rage mode. Him also being surprised as the boss, after entering into its rage mode, it would have started to charge straight towards Bakugo, with Bakugo being able to barely throw an explosion towards the ground to propel himself back forwards. Wait, what? Back forwards? No, I mean backwards. Him, after doing that, would have thrown an explosion towards his left to push himself towards the right. But just as Bakugo dodged off the way, the boss would have changed its direction, it again going towards Bakugo, which Bakugo, seeing that this time he would have used Quick Step, him perfect dodging the attack, as after perfect dodging the attack, Bakugo would have went in and tried to kill the boss, with Deku telling him not to do that. But Bakugo not listening to Deku, he would have of course went in and threw an explosion. However, when Bakugo did that, the boss would have just charged at him, being confused as Bakugo not being able to react in time, he would have been headbutted in the chest and sent flying away, with his health bar going from, let's say, 90% into 20%. With Bakugo landing back onto the ground, the boss would have continued to rush towards Bakugo, Deku trying to change the boss's direction from going towards Bakugo towards himself. He would have switched into his sword and shield and used the taunt skill. But when Deku used his skill, the boss would have already went for Bakugo. As that will be the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. They'll be amazing, and I'll see you guys in next video. Bye!